For the people who won't watch this video and then leave a hate comment talking about the points I talk in this video, he doesn't accept help. He takes constructive criticism as an insult. He steals assets in models for his game. His coding is terrible, absolutely horrible, which I will get more into in this video, as well as there have been so many games made by few people or even one person who have come out in less time than Yandere Simulator and have been absolutely phenomenal. Hey, it's your girl SammyCzewski, your favorite now commentary channel, doing a commentary video. Yes, I've evolved. Character development. Something YanDev can't put into his own game. I never planned on making another video on Yandere. I prefer more lighthearted videos, and I prefer to make videos more about things I'm passionate about, being like video games or shows, things I've done previously before. But I kept getting a lot of the same argument of comments in my last Yandere video, and it's very annoying because they're all, oh, he's just one person, and that argument is terrible, it sucks, and so I want to talk about it. Now, I do feel like I have a place in talking about some of this. People can say, oh, but you don't do coding, you're not doing anything with games, blah blah blah, this isn't you. But I do feel like, I have a place to say this stuff, as I am actually in university right now studying game art and design, also going into the development of creating video games. It's been my dream to make my own indie games, my own indie company. So although my specialty isn't in coding, it is in the art and design and that aspect of video game development, I do know the basics, and so I do know that Yandere is doing a lot wrong. Now I will jump right into it and talk about the first point that I mentioned in the beginning. He's just one man. You have to understand that. He just needs more help. If you're gonna complain, why don't you just try and help him more? Here's the problem with that argument. He doesn't accept help. He just won't accept help. Every time he has had some sort of help, it has not worked out and it has ended horribly. Example, he had a team of programmers that were going to help him code the game, known as Tiny Builders. And since, they were looking at his code, they realized, oh, this is kind of bad. Let's try and fix it. He didn't like that, so he fired them. They were trying to fix his code, and he just didn't like that, so he just cut ties with them. Okay? He didn't want the coding in his game to be alien to him, and the coding that was alien to him was coding that would make the game efficient and smooth and run so much better than it does now, and how it runs now is absolutely horrible. Just disgusting. Disgusting. Point 2. He's just one person. Why not just leave proper constructive criticism? I don't know why I'm doing a voice. I don't know how the people in the comments actually speak. I want to do a voice, okay? Well, the first thing wrong with that argument was the fact that it was left on my first video a lot, and I don't think anybody really paid attention to the fact that my video was never supposed to be about constructive criticism. I never said anything in the title. I never talked about giving constructive criticism. It was an opinionated video, just me talking about why I stopped supporting this person, how I discovered he was a bad person, bad developer. It wasn't meant to go into detail. I even explained that in the beginning of the video. It was just supposed to be a short kind of summary of why I stopped supporting the dude in the game and the timeline around that. I don't know why people were like, why don't you give good constructive criticism? I was never trying to give constructive criticism. Secondly, he absolutely refuses to take constructive criticism. Every constructive criticism that he receives, he refutes or disproves and just gets angry, and his way of solving the whole problem with getting constructive criticism is being a complete asshat and acting like a child who just took a stroller that they were playing with and rammed it in a wall and just started crying because they got stuck. Thank you to my 1-year-old nephew for giving me that fantastic analogy. I think it fits great. He can't have a civil conversation or accept constructive criticism to try and learn and become better at what he does. Instead, he just bans or shuns the people that tries to give that criticism or even hint at giving criticism and just pretends he's right for it. Point 3. he's just one person. It takes a lot of time to create these amazing graphics and designs that he has now. First off, it's not that great. The design of the game isn't that great. Everything is kind of slapped together and doesn't seem like it belongs in the correct place it should be. Nothing really makes that much sense. It's not that great. And I feel like I do have a place in saying this because I am majoring in game art and design. I'm studying this in university. I feel like I can say something, just a little bit. Just cut me some slack. That's the saying. And personally, it just looks kind of awkward to me. The place isn't that great. Maybe that's just a me thing, but I feel like everything could look like it could have so much more thought to it. It's not this amazing design, amazing thing that some people say for some reason, I guess. I admit I like the idea he's going for, but it isn't this phenomenal thing that some people think it is. Also, it's not really much to do with the art or the assets in the models. They're all not that bad, and I'm sure whoever made them are actually very proud of what they created. And you see there I said whoever made them, because he didn't make them. He stole most of them. Most of the assets in the models used in his game are stolen. Even the grass. The grass was stolen. And I can't say it's all stolen because he bought some of them, which seems more honorable because, buying something, just giving at least the creator some sort of payback, I guess. They get, money for what they created, but the problem there is it completely contradicts with your original argument being it takes so much time to create these things because he still bought it. It took 2 seconds to pay for it and then put it in his game. He didn't create anything. So it can't take so much time to create these things when he's not doing it. Point 4. He's just one person and coding is very hard. I don't know what that voice was. Don't ask questions. Don't look at me like that. Once again, coding isn't my strong suit. I dabbled in it once like 6 years ago, and what I'm studying now doesn't go around coding, because as said, I'm doing more with the graphics and the art and the design, etc. But I do know slight of the basics, so I want to slightly explain what is wrong with his coding. For one, he has like a million lines of coding that doesn't need to be there, and so many people have pointed that out to him, but he just won't accept it and he won't take it because it's how he works. It just makes everything messier and makes the game run so much weirder and slower, and everything is just not good. It's not well put together, and it could be so much cleaner and so much better, but he just refuses to put in that work to clean it up because he thinks it's fine. Also, part of the code actually got leaked recently, so I think it's part of the debugging code I heard, and guess what? It's shit. Another thing, he's working on all of the polishing and like the Easter eggs now, which to me makes no sense because he should be focusing on more of the more main aspects of the game, like main points of the storyline, just that general area, because all of the polishing and Easter eggs won't mean anything once he starts adding even just the first rival, because all of that coding and polishing that he's putting in now is used to what it is now, which is basically nothing. So once he adds more important aspects to the game that are going to be there and be very important, as said, important aspects, that coding won't be used to it and might just cause more problems, more bugs, and then all of that polishing will have to be deleted and just redone later. It's a waste of time what he's doing now instead of focusing on the main point of the game. Here's an example. You want to make a grilled cheese sandwich. So you take the bread and decide you're gonna grill the bread first. You get it to this perfect golden that you really like. It's really nice, it's really tasty. Now you want to add the important part, the cheese. So you take the toast, the grilled toast that you just took, put the cheese in between, and start grilling it again. And then you realize, oh my gosh, the cheese is melting and it's looking great, but the bread is now burnt and it's on fire. There's flames everywhere. I don't know where that went. But basically, The bread is all of the polishing and the Easter eggs he's doing now. The cheese is the important part. So putting that cheese in after you've already did the bread is just idiotic. Kind of like how doing everything else in the game except the main part of it is idiotic. Maybe that example kind of sucked, but I also thought of it at like 5 a.m. and then added it to my script. In my brain, it was like a big brain moment, so bear with me, thanks. And once again, he can get help with this coding. He can have someone help clean it up. He can have someone help him learn how to be more efficient with his coding, but he refuses it all, and he refuses it very harshly as well. I'm sure there are many other people who can go more deeply into coding than I can and describe this so much better than I can. In all honesty, YanDev probably knows more coding than I do, but the thing is, I can still tell that what he's doing is wrong, even with the little that I know about coding. And that should say a lot because, again, I don't know that much, and I can still tell he's doing a lot wrong. It's just messy coding, and in horrible order, he just refuses to fix it. And it's a waste of time. Now on to point 4, the final point. He's just one person. Game development takes so long and it's so hard. He can't just finish it on his own so quickly. It's so difficult. I mean, yeah, game development is hard, but there have been many, many examples of people, just few people or one person who have created a game on their own in less time than Yandere Simulator, and it has come out absolutely fantastic. Let me give you some examples, actually. My laptop is in hand. Let's see if I can read this out. Okay. Axiom Verge started in 2010 and released in 2015. 5 years. Dust and Elysian Tale started around 2009 and released in 2012. Around 3.5 years. Iconoclasts? Started in 2010 and released in 2008. Although that was 8 years, that was also completed and released in 8 years. YanDev has already taken 6 years with Yandere Simulator and has yet to implement most of the actual important aspects of the game. Bright Memory started in 2016 and released in 2020. 4 years. Although there is a more fleshed out version coming, Bright Memory Infinite, Bright Memory on its own is absolutely phenomenal. Fun fact. Minecraft was made by one person, being Notch, and the first available version of Minecraft was released after 6 days of development. 6 days, not 6 years, 6 days. That was originally 2009, and the game wasn't deemed complete until 2011. 2 years. Fun fact number 2, Undertale, independently made by Toby Fox for a while, although he did find more help later on, took 2.5 years to make.
Hey, Sammy, in the editing process here, I completely forgot to mention Five Nights at Freddy's was made by one person, Scott Cawthon. It took, for the first game, 6 months of development, came out August 8th, 2014, and in that span until November 25th, 2019, which is the latest release, there's been 5 games that came out. So in the span of 5 years, there has been 5 mainline Five Nights at Freddy's games. So there's that.
All the games I just listed, again, were made by one person, and were most to all released before Yandere Simulator has been. Again, with the excuse of the one that was over the amount of time Yandere Simulator has, but it was also started and completed in that time 2 more years. Yandere Simulator has 2 more years to catch up and be able to be released. Do you really think Yandere Simulator will be released in 2 years? And again, Yandere Simulator has been in development for 6 years, and the main part of the game, the 10 rivals, have yet to be implemented. Yeah, Osana is almost done and I think about to be implemented soon, but again, it took 6 years just to get the first one. How do you expect him to get the other 9? This game will either never be finished or probably be finished in a couple of decades, when other games created by one developer have taken less time than that. Yeah, every developer is different, and the difference between YanDev and the other developers is that YanDev is just lazy and incompetent. All in all, YanDev is just lazy and a bad developer. Yeah, he's not that great of a person either, but I'm not going to be going into detail with that. We'll leave other videos that will be good going into detail with that stuff. If you're really interested in him as a person, leave it in the description below for you to do your research on. It's a nice binge. I hope if you've watched this whole entire video and used to think that he's just one man was a valid argument, that you now understand that it really isn't. Although, if you do have any other arguments, please leave them down in the comment section below. It'll look a lot better for me in the YouTube algorithm. Thank you for watching, and thank you even more for listening. Sorry that I made a video about Yandere Dev, Yandere Simulator so soon. I really wasn't going to. As said, I really prefer to make more lighthearted videos, but as this did hit a little close to home, being video games and video game development, so it just hit close to home, bothered me a bit, and I just felt the need to talk about it. I do like talking about things I'm very passionate about, and this was the thing that I was fairly passionate about, so I hope you're okay that I made another video like this so soon. I don't plan on making another one, but plans change apparently. Again, thank you for sticking around. If you liked this video, please leave a like. If you didn't like this video, please leave a like. Comment down below suggestions for other videos I should make, whether it's commentaries, skits, or covers. I do a lot. The next commentary video I was actually thinking about making was about the game Cube World. If you're interested in that, let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see that. I'm most likely going to do it anyway, but I'd like to know if there's going to be anybody actually interested in it as well. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Thank you so much for all of the support I've gotten lately. It's crazy that so many people even want to support me. Thank you if you're already subscribed or want to. Just thank you so much. The support is insane. My goal was to hopefully hit 2,000 subscribers by the end of 2020, and now that I'm at 2,000 subscribers, I've decided I want to do a go big or go home goal, which is hopefully 5,000 subscribers by the end of 2020. I want to aim for 10,000, but I don't want to go, reach a little too far. So 5,000 by the end of 2020, hopefully. So yeah, subscribe if you want to help and support me and see more of me and stuff. Thank you if you want to. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you if you are subscribed. Thank you for everything. Just thank you. All of this has been so surreal lately, because at the end of April I had 588 subscribers, and now it's the beginning of May, and I'm at 2,000, so it's very surreal. Just thank you again. Yeah, that's the end of the video. So, thank you for hanging around. And like always, adios, muchachos. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Okay, I think we...
Boom, 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 boom by Venga Boys, sure. Playing on Spotify.
Google, stop.